hands align. In red and white they always shine. With every pass it feels divine. Arsenal's on my mind. From hybrid days to Emirates grand, each match a symphony perfectly planned. With every goal we take our stand. Arsenal's on my mind.
All right. Welcome back to the Arsenal on My Mind podcast. As always, it is Mr. Spike and Mr. Sekijay. Yeah. 1-0 to the Arsenal.
1-0.
You called it.
Oh yeah.
You called it. You saw it, but I mean,
the way I wanted it to be done was not the way it was done.
it was a different kind of 1-0 than what you wanted.
They scored first. We scored early rather, and kind of just locked down, right?
Yeah.
I wanted us to absorb, give them hope, absorb all their attacks and hit them at the 80th minute.
Well, we gave them hope, all right.
Yeah, we gave them.
I've been getting all the hate mail, all the hate comments from friends and family about how lucky we were to escape with the win. I don't know. I mean, how are you feeling about that match?
Well, listen, we got the win. It's the first game of the season.
Yep.
Away at Old Trafford against our, forever rivals.
Right.
We didn't play great.
Nope.
If we had drawn or lost the game, I'll be really worried now. But we won the game. We got our 3 points. First game of the season, as I said, away in Old Trafford is a tough game. It's a tough game. I mean, the stadium was rocking. Their fans were rocking because the first game of the season, everybody has hope, right? They have new signings and all that. Our boys did not play particularly well. Yeah. Our offense and midfield was missing. Yep. But our defense won us the game.
As always, right?
Yeah, our defense won us the game.
Yeah, I guess
literally because it was a defender that even scored.
Yeah, literally, yeah.
Yep.
I guess if we're going to play this badly, let it be the first game of the season.
Correct.
Right? If it's all this kind of performance mid-season, then you're really worried, right?
Yes.
But
you have to also remember that Arsenal, we are known for playing well and not getting the result.
True.
So if we play this way in 2 weeks against Liverpool and play this way against City and Newcastle, not Newcastle, I think we should play better against, and win those games away.
You're happy?
I'm happy.
Yeah, no. I get it. It's an ugly win.
Yeah,
but let me rephrase that. It's not an ugly win. It's a very ugly win.
It's a Mourinho Chelsea kind of 1-0
because I didn't feel like we had enough control. Right?
Yeah.
There's a way you can defend and have control. We just defended because we had to defend, right? Not because we didn't control the game or have control over the game the way you would if you're like a supremely defensive team like Mourinho's team.
Let me ask you this question. Do you think Arteta is more of a defensive-minded coach?
Yes, he is.
Than an attacking-minded
Definitely. Let's think about it this way, right? Compare him to our former coaches. Even, obviously, Emery, Unai, and then even when we had the Lumberg as an interim coach, and then obviously Wenger. This is the least attacking team compared to those three teams.
Correct.
And it's not like we're not scoring goals, because Arsenal can still score goals, but we don't attack with the same verve, like we used to. Like back then, even when we didn't win anything, no cups, no trophies, and we were finishing 6th, 7th, we were shredding teams on the attack.
Correct.
And then defensively, we were all over the place. With the Mustafi and the group,
Correct.
So I get it. But Mikel definitely is a defensive-minded coach, not like as much as Mourinho is, because we don't really play on the counter.
No.
Right? So we're not looking to counter-attack you, per se.
And now with Odegaard.
Yeah, and we and we keep the ball, generally speaking. Right?
I love you, Odegaard, by the way. I said I love you,
Odegaard, man. Today, we'll get to that, but oh my God. Frustrating to watch. But he wasn't the worst midfielder to me today, which is saying a lot.
Yeah, right.
Rice was invisible in this game. And this Rice playing
do you think we did not play well, or Man U did a good job?
Man U played better than perhaps anyone thought they would.
Correct.
But they didn't.
They surprised me.
They didn't. I think everyone knew that attacking wise, they would be good because you have two players in Cunha and Mbuemo who are very disruptors.
Yep.
So they're looking to cause problems going forward. But I thought we would dominate the midfield because Casemiro, as we know, he's still a decent player, but he's certainly not the player he was.
Yeah,
Bruno is Bruno, right? He doesn't really defend. So we really don't have to worry about Casemiro in midfield in a sense, and we still didn't dominate the midfield. We still didn't because we were so occupied with Cunha, and Mount had a good game too, right? And our midfield was occupied. We couldn't really engage with their own midfield. Yeah. So Casemiro had all day to do whatever he wanted to do, while we were so busy having Zubimendi trying to cover that midfield and Rice on walkabout. Like he was just always where the ball wasn't. And normally he's always where the ball is, but he was always away from the ball, which is just crazy to me. And it's this Rice in the 8, I don't like it. Like it worked some degree last season because Partey and him had played together enough to where Partey would cover those aspects for him really, really well. Yeah. But Zubimendi still learning the system, isn't as rangy as Partey is. No. Rice, you have to go back to playing a 6, like the way I see it. Like just double pivot is the best way to kind of put it, Yeah. And then it just meant that Odegaard, each time he got the ball, he felt like he had to do something with it, which became like overthinking everything.
Correct.
Trying to do
it seems like he's been overthinking stuff for the past
season and a half.
Yeah.
It's possible, man. Like I said,
since he got that ankle injury 2 seasons ago, and he got back,
he's not been the same player.
He's not been the same.
He's still tidy and it's still good to watch. And I told you before the pod started, 2 things saved him today. One, he's the captain. Otherwise, Mikel would have taken him out of that game and guarantee it.
Put one area,
But the second thing I think that the more important thing that saved him is
work
pressing.
Rate. Yeah, his work rate.
He is the whole 90 minutes he was pressing. And that's credit to him. Even one area can do that. So I get that. But really and truly, was it a worrying performance? I mean, if I had to worry at all this season, I'd rather worry in the beginning than in the middle of the end. So to me, it was worrying in the way it went because Man U, to me, they're improved, but they're still there for the taking.
Well, as I said, listen, I don't want to repeat myself. It's the first game of the season away from home against Manchester United, and they've bought some pretty decent players,
attacking players.
We didn't lose.
No.
We didn't tie.
No.
We came away with the 3 points.
This is
take it, run away.
This is evidence of how far of a team we are now. We're moaning about winning 1-0 away at Old Trafford.
At Old Trafford.
Yeah.
I remember when we won 1-0 at Old Trafford that Adebayo scored the goal. It was beginning of the season too. But we celebrated that one.
Yeah, because we've been losing to the top 6 for a while.
So it's am I disappointed that we didn't play as well as we should? Yes,
absolutely.
Am I satisfied with the result? Absolutely. I'm delighted with the result.
Because
I called it in our last video, 1-0 to the Arsenal. Take it, run.
Yes.
Improve the next game. Our next game is Newcastle Leeds.
Yeah, which we better
I expect Gyökeres it should be a Gyökeres show. Yeah. Okay. Give me a hat trick.
Right.
So that you can silence all the doubters. Yeah. Teams like Leeds, those are the teams,
they're good.
Strikers like Haaland who score a hat trick.
Leeds are good.
They're good, but those are the kind of teams we used to give our striker confidence.
No, I agree. So here's what I'll say about the game in terms of like the meaning of the game, right? Obviously, much harder start than any of the other top 6 teams.
Absolutely.
Man City is playing Wolves, who should have gone down last year.
Correct.
Right? Liverpool,
Burnley,
Bournemouth. Bournemouth scared them.
Played very well.
So Liverpool got the win there, but they were motivated. They were fine.
Semenyo is a good player.
Absolutely. Chelsea couldn't beat Crystal Palace. Couldn't get a goal, barely a shot on goal.
So what was all the noise about after the Club World Cup?
That's my point, exactly, right? And then obviously Spurs, I call them top 6, it's a big 6, right? They played Burnley,
that should have been relegated to last season.
Oh no, Burnley just came up.
They just came back.
So Grant, as far as easy games go, right? We had the very tough one. Here's the difference in what I think makes a big difference, right? You know how I think you and I we've discussed statements games before, right? A game that when you play this game, you psychologically, in reality, you're playing one team, but you're playing the other 5 top 6 psychologically.
Correct.
Right? So I think everyone was expecting Arsenal has to live up to what Liverpool and Man City had done, which is quote unquote score a bunch of goals against who they played against, right?
But not against Man U.
But hold on. Had we done that against Man U, the whole league goes, well. You know? Well, the whole league goes, well.
No, if we had done that against Man U, I'll be worried.
Why?
Because
a target on your back, bring it on.
Not even a target. Complacency. You see, these players, I know them. We've been watching them for a long time.
They'll get complacent when game one.
They'll get complacent. They might just go and lose the Leeds game next game. You know. Now, for me, a statement game is the game against Anfield. Go to Anfield and beat Liverpool 2-0.
Well, of course.
Then that is a statement.
But you see, granted, I mean, I guess
not beat my 3-0 doesn't mean anything.
In the world of hypotheticals, right? I would rather us have whooped Man U, whoop Leeds, then whoop Liverpool, than to I'm not saying than to barely beat Man U, beat Leeds, then beat Liverpool. I want the whoop, not the win whoop. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all about the psychology of it, right? If you
I want a Rolls Royce.
Happy. Well,
I want a Rolls Royce in my
in the driveway.
In my driveway. Well, we all want so many things. It's not gonna happen. You know, I mean,
I'll take the 3 points.
Yeah,
I'm happy with it.
Take the 3 points. Let's. I think this is a good time to talk about the player rating.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean,
so let me go first. Our defense. Let's start with our defense. First and foremost, Raya. Big up to Raya. Raya was the man of the match. Even though to me, my man of the match was Calafiori, but
he didn't play the whole game.
He didn't play the whole game. So Raya, the man of the match. Raya gets 8.0 for me.
Yep,
that's an 8. He made a world-class save. He saved us again in Old Trafford.
Yep.
Same thing he did last season. Raya, 8, man of the match. That's why he's 2 seasons straight Golden Glove. We kept a clean sheet.
That's more of a clean sheet thing, but I get it.
We kept a clean sheet again in Old Trafford. Ben White, Benny Blanco played very well in the first half.
He played well.
I like the overlapping.
That's what he does. Yeah,
it seems like our right wing was working again. Saka was looking happy. So Ben White played well. I'll give him a 7, 7.5. Our Rolls Royce, Saliba, 7.5. Did what he was supposed to do. Kept it going. Stayed cool. Then our defensive general, Gabriel, did very well.
Very well.
Very well. I'll give him a 7 too. This is his second game back, from his injury. Calafiori, who is, technically would have been my man of the match, got the goal, played very well. Was a good battle against him and Buemo. Unfortunately, he got the yellow card, but which was okay. 8 for me.
Yeah.
For Calafiori.
I agree.
Odegaard, he played well, but he set such a high standard.
Yes, I think that's the issue.
Yeah, he set such a high standard that he can't keep.
Like these performances can't work.
No. He's not gonna fly. Yeah. I'll give him a 6.5.
That's generous.
Even though on the breaks, it was very, very disappointing today.
Yeah.
Zuzu played well for his first game.
Yep.
Against Man U, learning the intensity of the Premier League. He kept it going, played very well. I'll give him a 7 for Zubimendi.
Okay, that's fair.
Rice, you said it all. He was missing. He was missing. They probably planned for him because he hurt them so much last season. So they probably, had a plan for him.
Yeah.
But, this is one of his not so good games for Rice. So I'll give him a 6. Saka, he was lively. that's the most I can say.
Yep, that's about it.
He was lively. The chance he skyrocketed over the bar. Should have buried that.
Mm-hmm.
He gave Madueke a very good cross. Madueke should have scored that.
Yep,
absolutely should have scored that. So I'll give Saka a 7.
Okay.
He was lively. Gyökeres is getting used to the system. I saw his strength. I saw he's strong.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still getting used to the system. He didn't get a lot of service because our midfield was missing.
Yep.
So I'll give him a 6 there. Martinelli was lively. We can see what he does in the defense because when Madueke came in, Ahmad suddenly became a problem. But Martinelli tracks back.
Yeah.
We tend to forget his defensive work.
Yeah, he has the legs for it.
He has the legs for it. I'll give him a 6.5. Just for the effort. Our defense, Havertz came in, looked lively, better connection, better hold up play.
Yep.
Kind of pulled the front to our front three closer together. So coming off the bench, the way he played, I'll give him a 7.
Okay.
For Havertz, Madueke, I'll give him a 5.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about that yet. Timber looked good.
Yeah, off the bench.
Solid off the bench. I like the way he kind of wiggled his way through out of 3 defenders. When he got trapped. Yeah. Reminded me of how comfortable and confident he is on the ball.
He is, yeah. 100%.
So a 6.5.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't play too much. Smelly Skelly.
Yeah.
Solid. Came in. Did the job. Let's not forget this kid is not even 18 yet.
I think he is 18 now.
Okay, so he's just turned 18.
Or he could be almost, I don't know, he's young.
In Old Trafford.
Yeah, I get it.
No butterflies, none of that. Yeah. I'll give him a 6.
Yeah.
Merino barely came in towards the end.
Well, he came on at a decent amount of time.
Yeah, he came on at the 83rd minute.
Yeah.
Looked lively. So I'll give him a 5.
Okay.
Arteta, I'll give him a 9.
A 9? Yes. For doing what?
For winning the game.
Well, he didn't. Did he win the game?
Yeah, he did
because he didn't lose it.
No, it was up to Man U to beat us in their house.
True.
But we won the game.
Yeah.
So Arteta a 9 for me.
Okay.
Because I liked his substitutions. Even though they were like for like, but it shows the depth we have now.
Exactly, the depth is evident now. That you can, we players are interchangeable.
We can replace any position now.
Not almost, except still, I think Odegaard, left wing.
Left wing. I can right now the way with what Odegaard did last season.
But there will be a noticeable change if we play one area. I'm just saying, it won't be the same. But yeah, I mean, I think you were pretty. I know the ratings are spot on, but a little generous in some cases. Raya, I agree.
I'm a nice guy.
Raya, I agree. 8. He had a good game, good saves, come out of the box. Didn't make any mistakes, which was great. I guess he had one kick that was wild, but other than that, pretty good. Defense-wise, Saliba and Gabriel, you can just see because today was interesting because they both played really well. But they didn't really have a striker to mark. Because the way Man U played, Cunha isn't in the box.
No, they're all false line.
Yeah, they're all playing kind of false line. So it's interesting because all they have to do was stay switched on the whole game.
Correct.
They didn't have to really hold or lock anybody down.
Correct.
Per se. So they both played well. I'll give them both 7s. I thought White played well, first half particularly. I like White for what he offers going forward, but in a weird way, for someone who's like a center back by trade, I don't feel as comfortable as him defensively as I do with Timber.
No, Timber is solid.
Yeah, I don't know why,
because it's Timber. Don't forget the name is Timber. It's like a log of wood.
Log of wood. But I gave him a 6. I gave him a 6 White. Not because he played badly, just because. He just wasn't. I need to do something more. It's like Timber would do something and be like, whoa. White is just going to play the whole game and just be, White.
Yeah.
Pretty vanilla. Yeah. Anyways, midfielders with Mendy, I thought he played well. 7. He didn't seem out of his depth, but like I was saying earlier.
Calafiori.
Oh, of course. Calafiori, and I called him starting, right?
I
called him starting because I saw particularly that when he plays, this guy plays better. Martinelli plays better. We kind of talked about that last week, So, yes, Calafiori, the goal, I won't give him too much credit for the goal, but he was there.
He was there.
The ball was on the goal and it wasn't there. So it wasn't like he made a huge effort, but he played well. His inverting game is up. He plays really well inverted. He goes out wide. He pulls in short. He's not the quickest, but for the most part, he contained Mbeumo.
Yeah,
it was hard.
It was a fun battle.
But he did his best to contain him.
Yeah.
For the kind of player that he is. And because each time he would move bump forward, and we would lose the ball, aka Odegaard lose the ball, right? He's out of position. And Mbeumo doesn't even come back. He stays wide the whole game. He's always having to run back against Mbeumo, which would have been tiring. So besides the fact that he got subbed out for the yellow card, I think as well, Mikel was like, dude, he cannot do this running anymore.
Yeah.
Because he was running constantly trying to cover up.
I remember he's coming back from injury.
Yeah. So
coming back from injury, he played very well.
Yeah, so I give him an 8 as well.
Yeah.
Even though, Raya's married about an 8, but I give Calafiori 8 just for getting the goal. It would be a 7, like the rest of the back line, if not for the goal, right? Zubimendi, 7, like I said. Rice, man, I just think we have to consider, at least for the short term, Mikel has to understand that Zubimendi is not Partey, right? No. So you gotta let Rice play next to him for now.
I mean, when Partey was there, Rice was playing double pivot.
Rice had more freedom, to go.
We were still playing double pivot, but now we've switched to 2 8s.
Whatever it is, I don't like it. I need Rice for the kind of player he is. I didn't see him do any ball carries like he normally does, where he just gallops down the field with the ball. They didn't do any of that. He just wasn't really in the game. So I give him a 5, which is kind of harsh. But he doesn't. To me, he was just not there. For the kind of player he is, you have to be in the middle of the action 24/7.
Yeah.
Merino came in and just immediately looked better than him, which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
Odegaard, I struggle with giving him a 5 as well, but I give him a 6 for the pressing.
Yeah, he has the work rate.
The work rate
but we need more than that.
Yeah, because he was the only creative force today, and it was evident that he made the wrong pass time after time after time, and sometimes is the player in front of him, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
Martinelli made the
going out, but
instead of going wide.
Odegaard, you got to do better. You got to calm it down with the flicks and the little scoop. Sometimes in a game like that, where you're trying to diffuse a big team, right? Man U, big team, not like they're that good, but there's a big team in their house. Historically, you have to know that these little tricks and flicks that are more likely to lose the ball for you just gives them more impetus to continue to press you.
Correct.
Sometimes just play the regular pass. Even if it's not, behind the defense, just keep the ball. He lost the ball too many times today.
Correct.
So I give him a 5 for that. I'm sorry, a 5, but I give him 1 extra point, a 6 for the pressing. Right? Saka, a 6. He was there. It was lively.
He
didn't get enough opportunities to do anything. But a 6 is fine. Gyökeres was just starved of service.
Yes.
Right? But I will say I'm going to give him harshly a 5 as well. Not because I know he didn't get service, but the few times that he didn't get the ball to feet, he lost the ball a few times. I know he's really strong, but it almost seemed like I won't say he wasn't overpowered because those guys aren't super strong, like Delit and so forth. But his ball control could use some work. Today's game reminded me of like Lukaku back in the day, when he would get the ball, but then he would lose it with his footwork,
Yeah.
So anyways, but first game jitters, no service. When the midfield doesn't work, it won't work for a striker like him, So harshly a 5, but with no prejudice whatsoever. Havertz came in immediately, like you said. You knew he's like, this is my team, right? So he was already got involved. He probably had more touches in his 30-minute cameo than Gyökeres had the whole game,
Right.
So give him a 6. Martinelli didn't play bad, didn't play terribly, didn't play amazingly either. A 6 as well. Madueke, I think he came in, and immediately he came in we had to defend a lot. So I think I saw him right at the halfway line almost every chance of the game. So like he was defending like a wing back. So I'll give him a 5 only because he didn't have a chance to do anything attacking wise, and he's not a defender. That being said, Mikel, right? I'm gonna give him a 9, not even an 8, maybe a 7. And the reason why I'm deducting points is because I think he got one thing right in starting Calafiori over Skelly for the game like this. I get that. But I would have started with Havertz, right? And brought it off the bench. Less pressure that way. And think about it this way, right? If the game, let's assume the game had gone the same way and it was, 1-0 up until that point, and then you bring in a Yorkers, right, for Havertz. That pushes Man U back.
Correct.
Just so that they don't feel as comfortable pushing up as they were to win the game,
Yeah.
But when it's the other way around, everyone knows Havertz is like a false 9, kind of, so they're not worried about him getting in behind them. So they push up, So again, that call right there, maybe not great. Bringing in Madueke instead of Trossard. Now, I don't know what's going on with Trossard behind us. He was there on the bench, right? He's on the bench, but it's like, in a game like
looks
that.
Looks like he's gone.
Yeah, So for that reason, I give him a 7. It wasn't a bad, but the team looked, fine, but it doesn't play well, no fluidity there. And this is kind of the point where I think I mentioned it briefly to you off camera, was, we had like, what, six or 5 pitches in games, right? But something that was missing was what a lot of teams were doing, like I told you, where they were playing 2 against the same team the same day. Team A, Team B, more match fitness,
more minutes,
more minutes for everybody involved. I think we could have used one more friendly game, maybe.
Yeah, I think right now what he's doing with Gyökeres is he's trying to get him
going. I get it. Had he scored, it'd be great.
Yeah, get him into shape, get him into fitness. He's had a long,
time off
summer. There's some things going on in off the field, his personal life, things about blackmail and crime and all that.
Really?
Yeah. What the Portuguese fans are blackmailing him and stuff. I don't know.
Wow.
So a lot is going on. So we just need to get him on the field more.
No, I didn't know those things, but knowing that's more reason I to put him on the bench.
Yeah. Well, you don't want him on the bench. You want him out there.
No,
because on the bench
he was going to play. Yeah, no. Well, he still had to sit and think when it was taking off for 60 minutes. So the thing is,
at that point, you're thinking about the game.
Gyökeres is going to be fine for Arsenal,
He'll
right?
be fine.
But I just think, just because...
How many goals do you think he will score this season?
I think you can expect like high teens. So 16, 17, 18.
I say 25.
I don't think he'll get there.
Okay. So my prediction is he's going to score 25 goals.
I think he'll score 18 goals.
Okay, 25
18
goals.
is the number I'm seeing.
Remember this video, guys. 25 goals, Gyökeres.
Yeah, 18 goals is what I think he'll get to. All right, well...
share, like, subscribe,
help us grow the pod. But yeah, we'll see you guys after the Leeds game on Sunday again, and hopefully Gyökeres gets his hat trick like you predicted. We can see that. All right,
let's go. Keep Arsenal on your mind.
Keep Arsenal on your mind, guys. Till next time.
Yep.
Under floodlights, the fans align. In red and white, they always shine. With every pass, it feels divine. Arsenal's on my mind. From hybrid days to Emirates grand, each match a symphony perfectly planned. With every goal we take our stand, Arsenal's on my mind. Oh Arsenal, you never fail. Through rain and sun, our steadfast sail